And our conversation with Mark Hilliard, the president of the Indiana County Chamber of Commerce, is brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fabulously well, but we know that it's not a fabulously good year around these parts. Nonetheless, I know that you and everybody else with the Chamber of Commerce, with all of the different challenges that are out there, are preparing for what is an annual event, your year-end membership meeting.
Yes, we have our annual meeting scheduled. It's going to be on Friday, December the 4th at noon, and it's going to be virtual on Zoom. So normally this is our big lunch, our big event of the year. We have lunch. We do a lot of other things as part of that, and we're not able to obviously do that right now. But we still want to hold the annual meeting, and as part of it, we are going to have a keynote address talking about from disintegration to reintegration. So kind of looking at, it's hard to look at positives that came out of the past 7 or 8 months. But there are a lot of things that businesses found that they were able to do that they may never have recognized that they could do to be more efficient or run their business in a different way that can help them once we do come out of this mess with COVID. So we want to look at some of the positive things that can come out of it and the way businesses can kind of take a 50,000-foot view of themselves and recognize some different strategies that could help them moving forward, even when things do get back to normal or whatever normal is going to be.
Yeah, whatever that is going to look like. Have you announced who the speaker is going to be or how it's going to be formatted?
Yes, actually it's Jeffrey Tobin. So a lot of people around the area
Sure.
are probably familiar with Jeffrey, but he has done a number of these addresses, and I think he's going to do a really good job. And we are trying to keep the overall meeting to about 40 minutes, 45 minutes or so. But if you're a Chamber member, check out our website or check out our Facebook page or even give us a call. We have links on there that you'll be able to join that at December 4th at noon and be able to hear that address. We wanted to try to keep it somewhat brief, but keep it at lunchtime. That way people can tune in and be able to not take out too much time during their day. But so we are still having our annual meeting. It's just in a little bit of a different capacity, but that's been kind of par for the course this year.
Yeah, and knowing Mr. Tobin, you will be entertained.
Yes, yeah. Well, he went over a number of different things with us in terms of things that he'd like to speak about, and he's going to be touching on some of them. And I have to say, some of his analogies are spot on. So when he does talk about some of these things, it really does give you, because we looked at it with our office as well and thought, wow, that is something that we didn't consider. But it is something that's going to be very important, I think, for businesses to be able to hear. So it was hard for us to not find a speaker that was going to address the elephant in the room, which is COVID and how businesses had to shut down and all the changes that businesses had to make this year. So I think we're going to do that in a very, very good way.
One of the interesting things to me about doing business in this day and age is the last 9 months or so have been all done in emergency mode. It has just been one emergency after another, and we're going through a wave right now that sort of harkens back to the beginning of the pandemic, and it's important for everybody to keep a level head about this and just realize that we've worked our way through it before. We can work our way through it again. But then those lessons that we've learned in this past year can help to inform us as to how to move forward in a more efficient way and how to maybe get a little bit more adaptable in some pretty dire circumstances.
Yeah, I think that actually we should be better prepared right now to be able to address that even if there are, if there are some new restrictions that may be put in place for the holiday season. I think that back in April, none of us knew what this was. We were all kind of addressing it for the first time together, and a lot of the businesses and ourselves, we've never been through anything like this, and it was all new to everybody. Now we've been through it once, and some of us are still going through it. But I mean, in terms of the shutdown and the way businesses had to adapt and react, it's not so much new anymore. I think that it's still important for businesses to remain vigilant and continue to enforce the restrictions that have been in place. And I think that's, especially given the uptick in cases, we have to make sure that everybody's on the same page and we're all working together to as people are coming in, getting ready for the shopping season, for the holidays, make sure they're wearing a mask and practice social distancing and do those same things that we've been doing for months. I think we can't ease up on that just because it's the holiday shopping season. But, yeah, I think businesses are better prepared now. I think they've been able to find things that, even when things were eased up a little bit, that they were able to continue to do. I think, teleworking has been something for a lot of companies that they found does work. It doesn't work for everybody because there's still productivity issues with some businesses, when people are working from home. But there are certainly different models, and whether it's a hybrid model or whether it's more telework for some companies. There have definitely been things that I think businesses have been able to recognize that, hey, we can do this and we can adapt this way, and we're going to keep doing things this way. So there have definitely been some positives that have come out of this, I think, for the business community.
Yeah, absolutely. Other things, though, involving the Chamber of Commerce, the big idea contest that is coming up this week. The finals are here, aren't they?
Yes. Somebody was going to walk away with, I believe it's up to $50,000. And what's great is that there are 3 people out of the 6 that are from Indiana County in these finals. So we're certainly hopeful that an Indiana County business or an entrepreneur is going to be the winner of this event. So we sent out the link last week to be able to join, watch the finals online, and I hope a lot of people do that. I think that it was such a good time. The timing was perfect for this big idea contest just because, we need to find more entrepreneurs right now. Businesses have hit a number of obstacles, and we've hit some challenges in this community over the past year, and I think it's encouraging to see, the work that some people are doing and some of these startup businesses and to see the ideas that are still out there and all these potential businesses that really could make a name for themselves and make a home here in Indiana County, and entrepreneurship is alive and well, and that's really encouraging to see, even given these crazy times right now.
Yeah, it's really going to be interesting to see. You're hearing things, and I don't know that you can discuss any of these things, but you hear some things like innovation that is happening at some of our industrial parks, and it's really it's exciting to see that there are people that are out there still plugging away and understanding that there are still opportunities out there to become somebody who is a leader in an industry here in Indiana County. That's such an important aspect of our economy. It can't just all be retail. We talk about this often. We can't just trade dollars from retail outlet to retail outlet. There has to be something that generates income and wealth within the industrial base. We have to make something, I guess, is a way to put it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's the one question you always get is, when's the next restaurant coming, or when's the next store coming? And that's great to have them come, but it's the urban outfitters and those types of businesses and manufacturing and what's encouraging is there are, and we can't discuss a lot of them, but there are a lot of businesses that are looking in some of these industrial parks, and there is a lot of progress being made on some deals being done, and some of these companies are innovative, and whether it's through agriculture or manufacturing, I think there's a couple things that are in the works in Indiana County. Maybe it doesn't create the number of jobs that an urban would create, but still a number of these businesses certainly are making an impact and creating new jobs and allowing Indiana County to become more of a hub for some of these industries. And that's what we want. We want to continue to bring in more and more business. And it's encouraging that a lot of areas you see them really struggling right now. In Indiana County, we have our problems economically, just like a lot of other counties and areas do. But we're still seeing a lot of activity and a lot of interest in some of these industrial parks. And I think that if we can start moving in a better direction here and start having COVID on the other side of this little hill that we're on right now with the spike in cases, I think that we're going to start seeing in 2021 making a lot of strides towards what we were thinking 2020 was going to be, which we were really, really hopeful for the economic development in Indiana County this year, and it just didn't happen because of COVID. But I think we're again trending in that direction for next year, and I think provided we don't take some major steps backwards, I think we're going to have a good 2020, or a really good 2020.
I hope so. Obviously, there are many people that are banking on it, but you get a couple of companies that come in that provide 20 jobs, 20, 35 jobs, those small employer bases, that's not small by any means. That's a big boost to the economy to get companies. You get 4 or 5 of those coming in, and that's a bunch of people that have jobs that would not otherwise have had. With that said, we look to the Beaver County, that plant going up there, the cracker plant, and whether it is going to be an economic generator for counties as far away as Indiana County. It appears as if we're positioned that it could be.
Well, that's the hope, and that's been kind of the model that when one of these plants have come into the area, the trickle-down effect has definitely impacted a county, even one that's far enough away like Indiana is. I think that we're going to see that impact hit us because a lot of the people who are going to be filling the jobs there in Beaver County, well, they're leaving other jobs to go there, which opens up some more opportunities closer to us, and it's kind of a domino effect that I think in a positive way is going to impact Indiana County. I do think we're going to start seeing more of those types of opportunities, and look at the development down at Wyotech right now. I mean that's something that a lot of people thought was kind of dead, and that wasn't going to ever happen again. But we're starting now to see there's still a lot of work to do, but it's moving in a good direction. So, like I said, things are starting to trend. Or look like they are going to be trending in a very positive direction with a lot of these developments. And, we just got to keep making sure that that happens. And things like a big idea contest, that keeps more in the pipeline for us, too. All those companies that are going to be finalists, I know that the County Office of Planning and Development is going to be talking with all of them, whether they win the contest or not. And, we're going to try to make sure that we get them up and running and, allow them to become successful here in Indiana County.
Yeah, and there are programs out there that can help companies that are existing companies that want to start up as well. I know that the Chamber's kept right on top of these, and you're always sending out messages that this program is available, that program is available. There are funds out there. You might have to do a little bit of legwork to get them, but they're there to help you, and these companies are taking advantage of it from what we can see.
Yeah, they can give us a call. If there's anyone who's even thinking of starting up a company, or has any idea at all that they'd like to toss around, please give us a call. If we don't know exactly where those funding opportunities will be, we'll be able to find out for you. We're a good resource to use, and we would certainly encourage anybody to give us a call to even talk about the idea, and we'll help to shape that idea and allow you to create a good business plan from it.
There you go. All right, so December 4th is the big meeting.
December 4th is the annual meeting, yes. So keep an eye out for the link, and if not, go on our website or Facebook page. And remember, I'm not going to talk to everybody until probably next month, but shop local. It is important now more than ever to support our local businesses. So as Thanksgiving and Black Friday and Small Business Saturday hit, make sure you're shopping local.
Good plan. Good plan. Mark, thanks for being with us this morning. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Todd.
Have a great one.
You too.
There's Mark Hilliard, the Indiana County Chamber of the